we're also seeing breakthrough cases among vaccinated people. But the real logs in this fire are people who are unvaccinated. I cannot conclude anything other than refusing to take the vaccination as a political statement. And what we're seeing from those who refuse to get vaccinated and then get sick is they urgently demand every kind of therapy and treatment that they can get their hands on. And they expect that the county insurance will pay for it.
When you put a mandate out, you realize it has consequences, but it's an important and it's the right thing to do. I think you're exactly right. I think most residents, when you would be surprised to hear that, if some of the recent numbers that 62% of our firefighters are vaccinated. That means 38% roughly or so aren't. And they shouldn't have to question whether the one that responds and risks their life to come save their life is potentially exposing them to COVID. It just shouldn't be at any number. And some of the lowest vaccination rates are in the public safety sector, where you're more likely to interact with other people and in bodily fluids and other things, which is just another reason, on top of just general leading by example, to do this. We have one of the greatest vaccination rates in the nation. We need to be modeling that behavior in the county government. I think it's what our residents expect. Hope that we can get this passed as well. I would agree with you that we should have the public hearing and try to do it as soon as possible so that we can start sending the message that everyone should get vaccinated. Thank you, Mr. President.
The vast majority of our county employees have received that vaccination. But unfortunately, as is indicative of our entire country, there's a small percentage, particularly here in our community, that still have not. And I believe it's our responsibility as legislators and the county executives as well to protect the health of our entire community, all of our county employees, and not the very small percentage through some combination of fear, stubbornness, misinformation, political ideology, or maybe just plain laziness, have not yet decided to sign up for a vaccination whose efficacy is absolutely unquestioned at this point. A vaccination that's saving lives, a vaccination that's protecting my kids, 3 of which who are not yet eligible to receive the vaccination, and ensure their overall health. The least we can do is ensure that our public officials and our public servants are adhering to the unquestioned science of what we need to do to ensure the safety of they themselves, their families, their neighbors, their loved ones, their coworkers, and our entire community at large. I get very frustrated, and I've just had it at this point, with people who are holding out for God knows what reason. But we have to take steps forward to ensure the safety and security, as we have done every single step of the way since the beginning of this pandemic. So I will support this bill. I support this legislation to protect all of our residents, to protect our employees, and frankly, to protect that small percentage of employee who, for whatever reason, continues to decide not to take something that everyone acknowledges, who's a professional and who has done research, is the right thing to do. So I'm impassioned about this, and I appreciate the sponsors moving it forward. I'd like to be listed as a co-sponsor, and I yield back to you, Mr. President.